Welcome back. You're still watching NTV Weekend Edition. Thank you all for staying with us. And if you're just joining us, I am Sandra Trinoblio and Maureen Nambadira on the sign language. Well, tonight we talk about a topic that has been the cause of debate in the most recent days, and that is the issue of domestic violence. Well, to give you some bit of context, domestic violence cases have been observed to have increased in the months of April and March here in Uganda as the COVID-19 pandemic rages on around the world. Now, the women and girls are more vulnerable than ever before. In fact, some people say that it is a double pandemic for the young girls and the women. So tonight, we speak to MIRIA Matembe, a women rights activist, to basically pick her thoughts on the issue and what the young women and girls out there can do to avoid getting into situations like those. Welcome to Talk of the Nation tonight.
Thank you very much. Unfortunately, I do not think I really have real immediate solutions to this kind of situation, especially during the time of COVID. As you have already said, the cases have increased during this time because it is like time of imprisonment. But now, where does she go? We've been seeing women in the house. The man is punching, the woman has nowhere to go because you can't go to a neighbor, you cannot do what? Because you are locked up, you are supposed to keep a distance. I wish they could even observe the distance by not beating these women.
Would like to believe that what we are going through at the moment is probably the new reality, the new normal. We have to find a way of going around the domestic violence cases and how to avoid getting into such situations. And that's precisely what I would want us to dive into. As we are at home, stuck with our partners, with the people we love, or the people we're in courtship with, what can we do?
I have lived in this country for quite some time. But the level of anger that Ugandans are expressing these days was never there before. I have seen Ugandans burn a human being and some people are there watching, and that was not being done. So people are angry, the men are angry, the women are angry. When the man is busy punching the woman, I would expect the woman, for her own safety, knowing that she's not as strong as a man, maybe to run and lock herself in a room. But I've been seeing them retaliating and also boxing, and then she boxes the man and the man comes and hits her worse, and I say, I wish she could run off and escape. So for me, the advice I would like to give to both men and women, I want men to know that this is the time for them to come closer as a family. There is this Uganet as an organization which has been doing quite a lot. It even established that center, the house where they are keeping young women and babies. I've just been to that center because together with Uganet we managed to rescue this Stella Nanda, or a girl of Brian White. We went there and rescued her from Brian White's home, and we put her at that center where she at the place, the house where they are keeping these children. This center has been established during COVID to help that situation. So I'm not saying that there is no help. Even when they ring the numbers which they gave, at times you can go through. At times when we watch the TV, like us, I watched TV and I saw this thing, and I got up and we've been involved to rescue this girl now, and we have handed her over to her mother. And so there is something to do.
Some sections of the public think it is an issue of upbringing, that some men think it is okay to beat women or to mistreat them because they either grew up seeing their parents beat their mothers, beat their sisters, or even beat their relatives around. Do you think it is an issue of upbringing?
Not, by the way, just upbringing. Even before you go into upbringing, the whole issue of socializing a man and a woman as a man being inferior, a girl being inferior to a boy. Socialization, which promotes gender inequalities. Right from the beginning, right from socialization in the system, the cultural norm, the cultural and customary practice that a woman is sort of inferior, secondary person, and should not be treated as a full human being in their own right. These equality issues, because we have fought to reach this far, but otherwise still in the mentality of men and even women, because research has been conducted where women have been made to believe that if you don't beat them, you don't love them. So it is not only men, it is in the socialization and the attitudes of people. That power relationship thing is a major problem. So socialization, I mean upbringing, is key when you distance yourself from the traditional and customary practices of bringing a man differently from a girl.
And maybe finally, just briefly, how does the future look like?
In a situation where women have become educated, have become civilized, have got their jobs, they see that they are okay, they are as equal as the men, they are not ready to be subjected to gender-based violence. We need to be serious, to focus at a good upbringing of both men, girls and boys, because we have failed mostly in upbringing up of men. Because while girls have attained what we call equality in terms of growing up profession and getting work and economic empowerment and that kind of thing, men who have been socialized to believe that they take the upper hand, now they want to take an upper hand when they are not useful. And some of them are even, they have become so lazy, young men have become so lazy that instead they look for sugar mummies to take care of them. And of course the issue of materialism, love for wealth, loss of ethical values and moral etiquette, all these have combined together to fight an institution called the family. And therefore we need to really rise up and defend this institution called family, where children, both girls and boys, are socialized, are formalized, so that they can come up together as full human, responsible citizens of this country.
All right. Thank you so much. Well said. We are glad you could join us in our studios tonight. This is a broad topic, would actually take us much time, but sadly we do not have. So for those watching us tonight, we do hope that, for me, I know for a fact that it's about time that all of us... No, I'm not. But I think it's about time for all of us to play our part.
Sure,
yeah, it's
sure.
For the parents, for the young women and the young boys. It's
the religious leaders, by the way, you may be shocked. Those reverends and the bishops, some of them beat their wives. And
all right, we'll continue.
Quiet.
We are going to continue that after this. Thank you all for joining us on Talk of the Nation NTV Weekend Edition. We'll continue shortly.